Hello YouTube, it's More64 back with another video. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Izator, Protector of Ice. So here he is, and before we get into the review, let's go over one of my favorite parts of a review. The box. So here's the box. Right here, we can see Izator, the Skull Spider, the Lego logo, Bionicle, Mask of Creation, the info right there, Protector of Ice, and on the back we see the mask popping off function, the Skull Spider going on him, the stud shooter, the protector mask, and on the side here, if you have Izator and Kopaka, you can make that. And we will be getting it. Well, I will be showing that off in this video. So anyway, and right here are all the warnings. So anyway. Moving on, let's take a look at his, the Skull Spider that he comes with, and it's basically the same as every other one, and it's in silver, and there's some dust. I know, I'm very terrible at dusting these. I really need a paintbrush and a can of air. So yeah. And I do, first off, he does have the same articulation as all the others. And I do want to say something about the limbs. And that is, if you drop an iPhone 6 Plus on these, the legs will break. And I will prove that to you with this. So anyway, moving on. Anyway, ignore my brother in the background, so, yeah. Anyway, moving on, let's get into Izator. So, his posability is, kind of the same as everyone else. It's got a ball joint in the shoulder, and a ball joint in the, a limited ball joint in the hand. No elbow though, just like the Protector of Fire. So yeah, but I will explain that in a minute. So anyway, onto his legs, he has a ball joint, a full ball joint in the hip, a full ball joint in the knee, a full ball joint in the foot. So yeah. And he does have a ball joint in the head. And it's a full one. So yeah. Anyway, now, he does have a mask popping off function. And that's that, like every other Bionicle we've seen thus far. And the Skull Spider can pop onto him, just like that. So anyway, taking that off. Now let's take a look at his mask, which I can not find until now. So anyway, here's the mat, and I dropped it. So anyway, here's the mask. We can see the white melding into light blue. So yeah, there's that. and it's the same mold as every other protector mask. So anyway, he does have this saw blade shield, and it can spin with the turn of this gear right here. So yeah. Okay, for some strange reason I'm getting a small gust of wind for some reason. I don't know why. And one thing is, one of my favorite things about these protectors is they all come with stud launchers. Now, my least favorite part of the stud launchers is if you shoot these studs off, there's a chance you'll lose them. So yeah. Anyway, and we will be firing that off in a minute. I do need to get my special guest, but I do want to talk about this weapon. You can see it's basically a Gatling gun with a bayonet. Well, an ice bayonet. So yeah. Anyway, now let's bring in our special guest. Any guesses of who it's gonna be? Is it gonna be Kopaka? No! At least not yet. It's our favorite guy, Mr. Cup. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna be shooting the stud launcher into Mr. Cup. So yeah, anyway, put the stud launcher right there. You know, I should probably get a clearer cup next time. So, anyway, as like an upgrade to Mr. Cup, but anyway, so, here we go. So yeah, basically just turn this gear and the studs fire off. And we can see all 6 studs in there. And I will reload the studs back in here. So, yeah. Anyway, that's basically it for Isotor right now. Next we're gonna bring in Kopaka. Yeah, I already mentioned him in this review like just a minute ago when you guys were taking guesses of who was my special guest. But anyway, here's Kopaka. And no, his arm is not gonna fall off. At least I hope he won't. Well, his arm doesn't fall off. I mean, and you guys have already seen that in my Kopaka review, this ball joint broke off mid-review. So anyway, hopefully his other arm doesn't fall out. So anyway, now let's get into the combination model. Now, for Kopaka, you need to prep him a lot. First, we want to start out by placing the gold mask on his head. Next, we want to take the shield off, especially with this peg, but you can leave it off if you want, but I mean, you could leave it on if you want, but doesn't really matter. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna leave it on. We're gonna take it off. Sorry, I keep getting confused. So, anyway, next what we want to do is take this piece off, his spear. Then we want to take this piece off, all the rock staff off. Then we want to put it right in here on the other side of his hand. Whoa. Camera almost fell. Sorry about that. Next we want to take this piece off. Move that off to the side. Take this piece off and from here and place it on here. Then we want to take this red pin out and move that off to the side. This is the most times that we've taken pieces off of a Toa. So yeah. And with Onua, he is the one that we had to do nothing on. Now, anyway, next what we want to do is on Isotor. We want to take the Gatling gun off. Make sure you take this blue pin off. And we're gonna place it into the hand of his shield. Or where he usually has a shield. Like that. So, anyway. And he's falling. And also, I have confirmed that the reason why his feet fall is because of the ball joints, and it's not because of the feet. So anyway, next what we want to do is on the shield we want to take this peg and turn it around like that, and then put it right here where that icicle was, and put it on right here. So now we have the combination model. He's got a saw, drill, spear thing, and a Gatling gun. So yeah. This guy's possibly gonna be a tank. So yeah. Anyway, one thing is the gear on the shield still spins, and the stud launcher still works. So anyway, that's basically it. Nothing really new to show off, just how he looks, though. So, anyway, well, first off, I want to show you the finished product of Isotor. Nothing really changed for him. We just took his weapons off. So, anyway, next we are going to go into the final thoughts. And also I want to talk about the, no elbow syndrome, I'm gonna call. So anyway, see you guys in the final thoughts. Okay, now for the final thoughts as soon as I position him. First off, I do want to say, well, talk about the no elbow syndrome. Honestly, I would like to see some elbows, at least elbows that are this long, but for right now, it's okay. He doesn't really necessarily need them, I don't think, just like LJ's opinion, because he can basically do all the poses that you need. So, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. Does everything that you basically need. So, anyway. Now for the final thoughts. I think these are great sets. Anyway. Oh yeah, and also what I forgot to mention it with Kopaka is that these two look good together. They look like they're, from the land of ice and stuff. So, anyway, ignore if anything that you hear in the background. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I really think you should go. Especially if you have all the protector, well, every other protector and and the Toa that it corresponds with. So anyway, I will leave down in the description below 3 links of where you could order this. Like I do with all of my reviews. So, anyway, that's basically it. My next review will be Noku, Protector of Stone. And yes, I know I usually do a Gen 1 Bionicle next, but I'm basically done with 2004. So, I'm gonna have a little break between Gen 1 and Gen 2. We'll have a little break. So yeah, I'm mainly gonna wait till I get Skull Slicer. But yeah, so that's basically it. So stay tuned for my review on Noku. So yeah, that's basically it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.